Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again, and it's been a little minute, but it's the off season. It's gonna be like that. It's just not as much going on, but we are into the draft season. I am working on some of my mock drafts and my draft boards, and we know what we need, right? As far as draft, we know we need offensive linemen and stuff like that. But I just wanted to talk about the whole Mike Zimmer being the new defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys because I've been busy. I haven't, starting my new career. I haven't got a chance to. I've been really busy because 2024 is grind time for me. This is my time, baby. This is where things work for your boy finally. But thank you, Jesus. But anyway, I just look at it like this. I know a lot of people wanted Mike Vrabel, and I'm one of those people. But I don't think I'm not sure if Mike Vrabel wanted to be a defensive coordinator. I know his aspirations. Since he was the Titans head coach, I'm thinking, he still wants to be another head coach for a team. Now I heard that he can go. He's probably going to go down to the college ranks or whatever, take the NFL break for a little while. And then I also heard a funny story. I also heard a story that somebody reported. I don't know who it was, but that some teams didn't want him because of his size. Pause. That he was too big. Pause. Um, that he was an intimidating man. Like when it came to, I'm like, so what do y'all? What I want to know what front office management said this. What are you, a punk? What do you think that, like, if you hire him because he's a former football player? What do you think? What do you think that he gonna beat your ass if? Sorry, we're gonna have to fire you, sir. That's all right. I'm gonna beat your ass. Oh no! like, like at what point? That's the dumbest thing. The dumbest excuse to not hire somebody. If that's true, that's dumb. And whatever team, whatever front office staff that is that said that is absolutely dumb. But either way, we did get Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer is in here. Those of you throwback Cowboy fans know Mike Zimmer from his first stint with the Dallas Cowboys from 94 to 2006. Now, he had many roles on the defense back then. From 94 to 96, he went from, I think he was like the DB's coach. He was like the passing game coordinator, and then he was the defensive coordinator. Now, he was a defensive coordinator for 6 years, from basically 2000 to 2006. Now, how does Mike Zimmer play into this whole thing? Well, he comes from the Bill Belichick tree, right? Technically, because that was that era, right? I guess you could say that he's tough nosed defensive coordinator. The difference between him and Dan Quinn is Dan Quinn is a players coach. I like players coaches, and I like Dan Quinn. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to bash our old coordinator. I just don't like the way he left. I just feel like he had, more things to deal with here to build upon, and I just feel like his job wasn't done. Like he kind of just it's almost like taking a test and only doing half of it and just leaving the rest of it incomplete. You didn't even answer the questions. That's what I feel like Dan Quinn did. So he just kind of left us on red, pretty much. But now Dan Quinn is the op. He's the op. So, I wish Dan Quinn luck, except for twice a year when we play them. So, we got Mike Zimmer now. Mike Zimmer, I'm excited with this hiring because what he brings to the table is more physicalness, right? We've been really soft playing on this defense. And as much as I love Dan Quinn and everything he's done, I appreciate what he's done because we've come a long way from Mike Nolan and him coming in here and turning this defense completely around and having us like tops and interceptions and things of that nature and taking these young guys and putting them to that next level. I love to see that. Now, of course, he took with him, Joe Witt, which I said in my video before other people were talking about it. I said that everybody, like, did a video. I remember when I did the video about Joe Witt being already gone, people were still doing videos on as if he was still available. I was like, nah, it probably wasn't official, like talking about it, but it was already done in the back end because, Wikipedia had already updated it or whatever, and there were some other articles that had already updated it that he had already took him with it. He got Joe Witt quick, like so he's over there with him, and who else did they take? They took somebody else too, but they blocked. They tried to get Lunda Wells and they tried to get Al Harris, but they blocked that. So now, Lunda Wells and Al Harris are still with us. I really like Al Harris. I hope that Mike Zimmer still likes him on this staff because keep him in that role with those DBs. I love what he's doing with those DBs. Keep that going. Because he could bring in some newer guys that we have in and get them on the same level as what we have. And we got to get Gilmore back as well. But I'll talk about that in another video. Probably my next video. I'll talk about the free agents and stuff because free agency is coming up soon. Before you know it. So when you look at what Mike Zimmer brings to the table, tough-nosed defensive coordinator. Because we lost Aiden Dirty to Seattle. Seattle hired Aiden Dirty to be their defensive coordinator. Shout out to him. I'm happy for him. I like Aiden Dirty. I wish he was still here as our defensive line coach, but he's going to be the defensive coordinator now for the Seahawks. So shout out to him for that. I know he's happy. He's finally, getting his just due in this league. This gives Mike Zimmer an opportunity to bring in his people, right? So he's more than likely going to bring in his staff, which is going to be, he's going to have to bring in a defensive line coach, and he's probably going to have an assistant defensive coordinator. So he's probably going to have about 2 or 3 people that he brings in on the staff on defense to help him out, including with Al Harris still being here and things of that nature. So, no more of that hybrid linebacker crap. I know that Mike Zimmer, he likes big guys, pause. So he's going to bring these guys in, like linebackers, true linebackers, to play in this defense. What does this mean for Mozzie Smith? Well, it depends on Mozzie. I'll be honest with you, because does Mozzie like football? Is my question, right? That's the only thing negative I can say really about Mozzie. He's a young guy. He's got a lot to learn. But is your heart really in football? Do you want to play football? Are you just doing this for a check? Or are you just doing this because you say you want to hit people? Well, hit somebody because you ain't did shit yet. If Mike Zimmer I feel like he can help mold him into what we need. I know that Mike Zimmer is going to do some 4-3 things and some 3-4 things. I mean, we might have some mixtures in this defense, and which is really good because we have the not just the audacity, but we have the players to do it. And the good thing is Mike Zimmer has a base, right? He's got some good players in here. I know he's seen these guys. That's probably why he wanted to get the job. Because he's probably looking at Micah and was like, oh, I could do some things with Micah. I could move him around and do some stuff and do some things that Dan Quinn didn't think about. And I'm really happy and I'm really looking forward to what he can do on this defense to help us to be dominant, right? Because I feel like if our defense is more dominant, it definitely helps out that offense and Dak Prescott as well. So, defense helps offense, offense helps defense, and that's just how, things go. I like what he did with that Vikings defense when he was there with Daniil Hunter back in the day with, I was about to say Everson Griffin. Remember Everson Griffin? When he was on here on this team for that 1 year with them, Mr. No Blink His Eyes. I don't know what the hell that was about. And he did some good things with Anthony Barr, right? When Anthony Barr was here with the Cowboys, we didn't have Mike Zimmer. We had Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, I feel like, didn't utilize this linebacker core how we should on this team, right? I feel like it could have been worked out much better. And I think that Mike Zimmer could bring that to a head. And hell, if Anthony Barr is, available, I would like to see him come back, actually, because he'll be under Mike Zimmer. And I think that he will play kind of like how he was before his traditional roles. I know a lot of people kind of soured on Anthony Barr when he was here, and I just feel like we just played him out of his normal comfort zone. So when you play a player out of their comfort zone, those of you guys that play football know what I'm talking about. Like, if you're playing a position that's uncomfortable for you, you're not going to be your best because that's not what you do. You utilize the player's skills in a way that makes sense to them. I.e., what's that dude that we had? Well, let's just say with these hybrid linebackers that we had when they were using Marquise Bell and stuff like that, taking safeties and putting them on linebacker. That's not what they do. Maximize your players to the comfort that they are. You know what I mean? Because what you're doing is wasting the careers, and you make fans think that that player sucks because they're playing out of position. Because let's be honest with you, not every fan understands football enough to diagnose it like how we would. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. I don't fault them for that because they don't know the game enough. But that's fine. But it's all about learning and understanding that, like, sometimes it's not always the player's fault when they're playing bad. And just like with a quarterback, for any team, when you keep changing schemes, I know a lot of people be like, oh, well, fire this person, fire that person. But what you don't realize is when you fire a coach or when a coach leaves, sometimes it can be negative on that team because of the simple fact of what they left behind, right? Because their blueprint is still there. Dan Quinn's blueprint is all over this defense. We know Mike Zimmer is a little different than Dan Quinn, but the good thing about it is the offseason. They can bring in, they can get some new people in free agency. They're probably going to lose a couple of guys. I'm pretty sure, like J-Ron Curse and people like that will probably go to Washington because they'll want to go back with their other coach if the Cowboys don't re-sign them. So, but like I said, that's a video for another day. But just let me know what you guys think in the comment box about the new hire with Mike Zimmer. I really think that he could do some good things with this defense. I'm excited to see what we do in the draft, and I know that the Cowboys are probably going to move around since we don't have as many draft picks as we normally do. But it's a lot of things that I want to see happen this offseason for us to feel comfortable about this team again. Because I know a lot of people are feeling really upset and sad about this team. Like, if you're a real fan, you're gonna be a fan regardless, right? You can feel how you want to. That's not a problem. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. I don't hold your opinion against you. I just want people to understand that if you're a fan of the team, be a fan of the team. Don't just be negative just to be negative, right? You know what I mean? Just don't be like, oh, well, another year. I don't want to hear that shit. Like, if you're a fan, yeah, it's another year. It's another year. It's another year to be happy about your fucking team. Be happy if you're a true fan of the team. And if you're not, then go on somewhere else. Be a fan of another team. If you're that type of person that's not loyal, then go be a fan of a team where you could be a fair weather fan. Go be a Chiefs fan. Go be a San Francisco fan. And then when they start sucking again, then go jump to another team. And then when that team sucks, go jump to another team. Be a team hopper. Be a fair weather fan. I don't give a damn what you do because it ain't me. I know I'm a loyal individual. I'm staying to the Cowboys. Win, lose, or draw. Peace. Hey, so like, share, subscribe to the channel, man. It's your boy E2 Blue. Peace out.